Hello Libra, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Libra, we're starting each reading this week with fortune cookie message, and we're going to build the reading up from there. I've got like a pile, that's what I'm looking here, I've got a pile of cards in front of me, Oracle and Tarot. I'm kind of torn between two of your Oracle cards, and I'm hearing to just start with this and build the reading as we go. So I'm going to do that, Libra. We're going to start with an Oracle cookie message, a fortune cookie. I guess they are Oracle cookies. A fortune cookie message. And I kind of feel like these are a bit like into the future, right? Because they're fortune cookies. So what are we looking at for Libra? What is the fortune? You got two. This came out after. Love and assert yourself. Well, there you go. Maybe you should assert yourself in love. Love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. That could be romantic or not. You can have love between friends. It just feels like you should take something to the next level here. And it's interesting that the card that was stuck to my hand that wanted to also come out was assert yourself. So it kind of feels like the ball is in your court for something, Libra. Go for what you want. The time is ripe for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also likely. So, as I would say with that, is if this is leading to something romantic and you don't want to create little tiny human beings, one of you should put a sock on. Probably something. You know what I mean? What's at the bottom? Reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease on life. Well, that's kind of fun. Actually, this is a really fun reading. I like the energy of these cards that you have already. So love, again, it could be romantic or not. It just feels like connecting with people that, like your soul tribe, really bringing that to, it's even someone that maybe you even knew, like kind of in passing, and you get together somewhere and you have an opportunity to get to know them even better. It's just an example of that is actually my Leo and my Pisces friend. They both kind of like knew each other, but they didn't like do things together outside of how they knew each other until I brought them all together for my 50th birthday party, and they shared a room and they love each other. Like, you know, that's what I mean. Like, you kind of know someone, but this is taking it to a whole new level is what this feels like. And it could just be getting out there and meeting new people who you are meant to meet in this lifetime. So the time is now. Time is now, Libra. Assert yourself. Reinvent yourself. Look at this. Assert yourself. Reinvent yourself. Love. Love is in the air. What is that? It's an old one. Whoa, what is that song? How does that go? Love is in the air. I can't quite pull it in. Maybe it will come in. Okay, Energy Oracle deck. See, I knew it would come to me. Don't you love this? It's hot out. I took Lily for a walk and we ended up going a little too late in the day. Look at the condensation. The dripping. I love that. It looks like it should be in an advertisement for like some cool refreshment. All right. Energy Oracle deck. Let's build this reading up for Libra. Deep soulmate connection. Love is in the air. Great time for commitment and dating relationships to the next level. I can't say. I always thought it was fascinating how like musicians can take lines and then they can like manipulate the words to fit the rhythm and the beat. That's so fascinating. It's such a challenge. Go for what you want. What do you want? Go for it. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child also likely. Okay, so those of you that are not in childbearing years or have any chance of creating little tiny people, I want to say it's just the birth of something brand new. Like even like inner child. Yeah, with reinvent yourself. Like the inner child within you coming out and doing something that hasn't done in a long time. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease on life and let this inner child be birthed inside of you. From inside of you. Okay. Energy Oracle deck for Libra. Libra. Energy Oracle deck card. No. Ooh, Libra. Look. You got the Door of Romance. Oh my goodness. You guys are like hot to trot. Libra. Oh, really? You got the second chakra, which is also can be associated with the place of the orgasm. Is also the house of the soul, is vulnerability, is creativity. But that's interesting that you get this second chakra. So feeling a little bit vulnerable, intimate. Well, I feel like I just kind of peeked in your bedroom window or something here. I don't know. So now I'm going to the Wizard's Tarot. Y'all have got romance all over the place here. Oh, no, what's up? All right. Really? Go with your first inclination. Okay. Well, this was my first inclination. When I sat down before I had everything prepared, was my oldest of old tarot decks. Because I have been hearing, which is kind of interesting, I've had this deck, I don't know, how long have I been doing tarot now? 4 years? How long have I had this channel? 3? Something like that. I don't know. But it's the first tarot deck I ever bought. And I've been hearing, pay attention to the pictures. There's things in the pictures that you haven't seen before that will come through as messages. Maybe that's for you, or maybe that's somewhere down the road. We'll do one more. My goodness. Assert yourself in love. Open the door to romance. Reinvent yourself. Feel things that you haven't felt in a long time. Well, my Libra friends. So that's a mess. It feels like a mess. Maybe you're just a hot mess. What is this? I'm only going to take it for like a quick little hot mess. It's like when I put a few words together to make a sentence. Wow, look at this. Pouring, time, waiting. It's like waiting and waiting. They're both pouring cups here, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And the Tower and the Moon and the Messenger and the initiation. Goodness, like waiting. This is so cute. I don't know if somebody's waiting for you. It's like, look at this person is, and then look who's rushing in here. Libra's rushing in, like all hot and steamy with the Knight of Wands. Don't forget about the love part, all right? Don't forget about that part, because the Knight of Wands is pretty excited, like ready to go. But waiting, planning, pausing, blending. The Tower and the Moon crashing through the unknown. Let's put that back in. Actually, that's not how I like to put it back in. Didn't sound right. That didn't sound right. Maybe that just This is you're gonna make me blush with this reading. Already. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think y'all heard that. Okay, let's see what we have here for Libra. I don't think Libra's ever made me blush. And it's Scorpio. Pisces. Queen of Wands. Oh, that's talk about assert yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of Pentacles. Nine of Cups is at the bottom. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Make your dreams happen. Make them come true. But to do that, you have to kind of dip your toe into vulnerability. You have to be a little bit vulnerable here. I mean, matters of the heart, I would say, yeah, we always have to kind of do that, because that is really the most guarded part of ourselves in terms of our intimacy, who we're intimate with, how we experience intimacy with others. Well, I guess there's some people that don't find vulnerability in that. But, well, yeah. There could be something blocking that, because this is also the house of the soul. So it is allowing yourself to be seen in a way that not everybody sees you. It is also allowing yourself to be touched in a spiritual way that, you know, not everyone touches you. It's not coming out right. Oh, okay. Libra, I did not expect this. I space to walk into. Queen of Wands with the King of Swords. Three of Wands with the King of Cups. Wheel of Fortune with the Strength card. Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. If you want, okay, basically if you want the wheel to turn in your favor, you have to plan from the heart. If you want the wheel of fate to turn in your favor, Libra, you have to plan from the heart. The Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. There's a funny feeling, like this guy just comes off like really authoritative. Very matter of fact. But see, the Queen of Wands is like, it's funny. These two energies are coming off on these cards right now, almost like a fatherly figure and even like a daughter. But boy, she's just as strong-willed as he is, but in a very different way. He could, so I don't know, I'm just reading the cards. I don't know if this is some aspect of your life from the past, or it's something that you're battling within yourself, or two different personalities that you're dealing with, and you're one of them. But this King of Swords, to me, in this scenario, this relationship, feels like he could end a conversation with clear-cut facts that were just, that's pretty much it. Like there's nothing to debate about, almost once he has said what he has said, you know. You could pull this person into a conversation, and if it feels like the conversation is becoming manipulative to create a particular outcome that suits only one person in a discussion, then the facts become quite clear, quite immediately and quite quickly. But now this Queen of Wands energy feels like she has got just as much power that this King of Swords does, but hers is in a very different way. The proof is in the pudding, honey. You can talk all day, but I'll show you how to do it. It's kind of like, that's exactly what that feels like. You can use any words you want against me, Daddy. But, and I don't know who you call him Daddy. But it's how you show up and how you do it at the end of the day. That's interesting. Then you get the Three of Wands and the King of Cups. There's a softening here in the masculine. There's a softening in the masculine. There's also a softening in the feminine with the Queen of Wands, because then it goes into the Three of Wands. It stays in its suit. It stays in a very creative, dynamic, passionate, impulsive energy, but yet it's receptive. It's receptive. The feminine energy becomes receptive because it's Three of Wands. What's coming in? Well, there's a lot of things coming in. Maybe there are a lot of things coming in. The Queen of Wands energy could have a lot going on. Could be juggling a lot of different things. But it just feels like a shift into reception. These two are, look at, they're face on. These two are face on with each other, and they both have their own power, and I feel like they're equally matched, but in a very different way. Now, the masculine softens into the King of Cups, which is a little bit almost like the response of, okay, this is your conversation. I don't need to talk. I'm just going to go and do, and watch me do it. Watch me look good as I walk out this door and I go and do it. That's like the Queen of Wands. So the King of Cups, almost like sitting there, this King of Swords transforms into the King of Cups. Says, yeah. Boy, you make my heart explode when you do that shit. Like, it's crazy. It's interesting, right? It totally softens the mind. Here, it softens the mind. Boy, you make my heart explode when you do that shit. And then, but wow. Because then, okay, now I see how this is to be read. This is like the masculine at the bottom, and this is the feminine at the top. I don't know. The feminine is, now there's a depiction of feminine energy at the bottom, but I feel like it's still the masculine. We're looking at the masculine here with the strength card. Oh, wow. This is on its way to become the King of Wands, because it's showing up with this Leo energy, and it no longer becomes a rival. Well, that's really interesting too, because these two almost feel like rivals, the way they're like looking at each other. I still need to do puppet tarot. I have so many ideas and not enough time. Like, look at, they're looking at each other. It's almost like rivals, but then that softens. And it's really beautiful, because the masculine, right? Like, oh, you make my heart explode when you do that shit. So whatever that shit is, it's almost as if the masculine shows up like as this lion, and it supports and carries the feminine. You want to do that battle? Let's go, honey. Let's go. When you do that shit, it's great. It's really actually quite beautiful. And there is some sort of switch here between masculine and feminine, and how they look at each other, how they perceive one another, how one softens and becomes receptive, and how one softens and becomes supportive. The Wheel of Fortune into the Seven of Pentacles. If anything, the feminine is planning, or she's nurturing seeds with this Seven of Pentacles. She's nurturing seeds. Cleansing. The masculine is very fertile. That's a funny thing to say, but he's coming up with this Ace of Cups, which is a very fertile card, because we talked about, right, assert yourself, birth of a child also likely. So Ace of Cups, this is very, I don't know, the masculine is really fertile, because we have the depiction, we have this cup, and it looks like the outside of the female reproductive area, and then the top of the cup looks like the inside, with the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, the moon sitting inside, and there's this little fish like being given life in this cup. So that's interesting. Something comes alive in the masculine. Something comes alive in the masculine. But the feminine is reassessing. Why is the feminine? It is like a reassessing. Maybe it's part of that reinvent yourself. Let's clarify it. Oh, come on. What the heck? Anyways. Okay, the Queen of Wands. I'm going to do each one of these cards individually. The Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, no hesitation. Actually, just a very clear mind in this feminine energy. But you know what? My actions speak louder than my words, is kind of what this feminine is saying. Action speaks louder than words. The feminine is receptive, and then the feminine, the Wheel of Fortune changes, and then she's focused on something here. The Knight of Swords, she might move quickly. The feminine energy moves quickly. The King of Swords is, okay, this King of Swords feels trapped by all the things he's created around himself. The King of Swords with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. All the rules and regulations the King of Swords has embraced in life become the obstacle of his creation. Just gonna keep going. The Three of Wands. The High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Well then, Well, that's very interesting. Okay, at some point, the Queen of Wands, this feminine energy that's coming into this, kind of like a love reading, I guess, and knew exactly what they wanted to do and no hesitation. Then they become receptive. And I don't know, well, maybe nothing happened, because the King of Cups doesn't really show his feelings and emotions. He could be sitting there, right? Wow, you make my heart explode when you do that shit. But the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, this is literally feels like, if I need to walk through the darkness, I'm going to make sure I look after every little thing along the way to get me to exactly what my goal is. I'm not going to deviate. Action speaks louder than words. I'm not going to deviate, because this is action. Pentacles. This is physical shit that you can touch and feel and understand in life. Okay, the King of Cups. The King of Cups. The Nine of Swords. Oh my God. The masculine energy, like, okay, look. But the Strength card. The Nine of Swords and the Strength card. See, this is also speaking very clearly of when we think about things a lot and we don't take action on things, it messes with our heads. Because all this intellectual with the King of Swords has turned into the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, right? And the Queen of Wands, like, fuck this shit. I got stuff to do, I've got to go. And there's no, at this point, I mean, there's no anxiety or mental debate that I'm hearing. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Wow. This is like, yeah, if you want your circumstances to change, you got to change with them. You got to be part of the change. This is taking all that fire and initiative energy from the Queen of Wands. It's utilizing it, and it is opening and expressing love, romance, fantasy, dreams, emotions. It's harnessing it. Interesting. Both of these are showing up with 2 queens and 2 kings at this point. So now you have the Strength card. Five of Cups, Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. Five of Cups, Six of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. Emotional. The masculine is going through like an emotional disappointment with perhaps a soulmate. You had that word here somewhere, right? Where was that? Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Change disappointment into change it with actions, with the Six of Pentacles, giving of oneself in a tangible, understandable way. The strength to do that. This, this doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, it's heavy on that with the cards that have come out, the Oracle cards that have come out. If I wasn't looking at the Oracle cards and we were just talking about, soulmates, I mean, because your parents can be soulmates too. Because these kings are depicted as looking so much older. I can't remember, what is the King of Pentacles? No, are they all bearded guys? The King of Wands. I feel like the King of Pentacles is the youngest the King of Wands is the youngest looking, followed by the King of Pentacles, then the King of Cups, and the King of Swords looks the oldest. And we're starting off old just because of the length of the beard. So starting off old, getting a little bit younger. There's something that goes on here with the Strength card, changing one's own situation. And this Ace of Cups feels like birth of a child. Like the masculine is very fertile, but fertile in a way too that I feel has to do with the birth of their inner child and reinventing themselves. Okay, because I also feel like this masculine is on its way to the King of Wands, like to utilize, anyways. Why can't I find them? Where are they hiding? The King of Pentacles and the King of Wands are hiding. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. He's just got like a really short, like his hair hasn't even changed color yet. So, yeah. Reinventing yourself, but finding like who you always were. Seven of Pentacles. This is like this Queen of Wands energy. It's the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. You know what? This person has some shit to do with. The Ten of Wands and the Two of the Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. This is almost like dropping any burdens associated with juggling stuff, being juggled, juggling things, or being juggled. Because dude is literally juggling. Seven of Pentacles. This starts a whole new plan moving forward. This could even be like the yin and the yang within you, going through shit here to get ready to go out and explore your world and meet new people. Now the Ace of Cups. This is interesting. The Ace of Cups. Oh, why do these cards have to fall? Judgment. Oh gosh. Knock the whole house down. Judgment and the Seven of Wands. It feels like defending your dream. Defending your dream. Or defending the rebirth of your dream, or the birth of your dream. Judgment is a rebirth. So, oh, the Ace of Cups is at the bottom again. And that's the only one. Am I done here? I don't know. Let's see the Door to Romance. The Door to Romance? Oh, the Three of Cups. Could be reconciling something. Ooh, I never finished a thought. So that just brought something up here. Okay, there is also to me on this table, this energy, almost like the energy of a father and a daughter. And it could even be like a son and a father, or a son and a mother, whatever. It's just like someone is showing up more masculine, someone is showing up more feminine. But there's definitely like a youthfulness. There's a difference here. And I feel like on some level, like this King of Swords has accomplished a lot. I mean, it's almost like he's trapped by the Ten of Pentacles. The things that he has created, the things that he knows, the structures that have been bound around him. Right, and what was I talking about? The Queen of Wands is like, you can talk all day, but I'm gonna go do my shit. So it's just, this almost finds an inspiration in doing your shit. It's a little bit like showing daddy how it can be redone, because this is not 1978. This is, 2000 and what is it? 2022. So there's a little bit of that energy in here as well. How should you assert yourself? I'm going to get actually another deck, because these seem like important questions here. You have the Star and the Chariot. Definitely follow your dreams. Chase your dreams. How should you assert yourself, Libra? One more. How should Libra assert this? Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also lucky. It's also likely. It's also lucky. That's interesting. If you're going to connect with someone and have a child with them, I feel like this child will be incredibly lucky. Birth of a child is also lucky. It could be lucky too to have a child. Be careful if you don't want to have any kids. Seven of Wands, defend your dreams. You know what? If you feel like you're on a downswing, you're the one that can bring it up on an upswing. Because she's looking at a chart here, and the numbers are going down. Numbers are going down. So it's time to give yourself that upswing. Give yourself the upswing. Believe in your dreams, chase them, follow them, don't deviate from them, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's Queen of Wands right there. The Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. This is almost like sneaking out in the middle of the night. The Hierophant and that Ten of Pentacles. Sneaking out in the middle of the night when Daddy says you can't. Going out and having a good time with your friends that you haven't seen in a while. So now I think I'm done. Now I think I'm done that reading. That was quite the reading, Libra. We did not expect that, huh? Well, maybe you did. I don't know what's going on in your life, but there it is. I'm going to go do the extended for you, Libra. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.